Monday morning coffee. Good morning. I hope that you're doing well. I'm just gonna give you a little time so you can join. Actually, when you do join, please write a comment into the comment box. Tell me where you're from, where you're watching from, and as well invite your friends. You can tag one of your friends and say, hey, you need to listen to this. It might help you, it might not, but just give it 5 minutes and see if this is something that can bring you to where you want to go, because ultimately this is what this is all about. We have to understand that we have control over our environment. We have control over our life. We can design our life, and this is what I'm gonna talk about more and more as we're moving with this group. So I want you to stay tuned. We're probably going to change the name of the group because it seems that there's a little confusion about what we're doing, and we want to make this as easy, as clear as possible, so that we can truly give you the support and the help that you want. So please write your name. Write your name. Just give me a comment, say hi, give me an emoji, like a thumbs up, a big muscle arm, something that tells me that you're watching, you're listening, you're hearing properly, and that we have good feedback. So that's what I want you. There you go. Alexander is saying, hello, Mark. Where are you listening from, Alexander? Tell me where you are in the world. And as well, anybody which is coming here, tell us like where you are listening from. So today I want to talk about the law of opposite. Natalie just joined. I know she's in Ontario. Then the law of opposite, the law of polarity, very, very powerful thing. And what you have to understand is, if you are not understanding how the law of opposite operates, you're not going to be able to use this in your favor. And what is happening is everything has an opposite. Up, down, hot, cold, in, out, positive, negative, yin, yang, etc., etc. Actually, every cells in your body is composed of a positive and negative polarity. Now, when you do have an idea, and this idea is good, right? We are positively involved and emotionally involved with that idea. Mel just joined. She's listening from Barrie, Ontario, French Canadian. I went to school with her, but now she's in Ontario. Actually, happy Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving right now. So when we are working with the law of opposite, we have to understand that every time that you're going to have some, good, Alexander is grabbing his coffee. Every time you're going to have an idea, there's going to be a negative, and it's a good idea, right? This is something that you really want. That's going to be a negative connotation attached to that idea because that is his opposite. So in the realm, in the reality that we're living in, everything that you are doing, everything that you are involved with has a positive and a negative, right? Now, it just is your ability to have your focus on what you want, which will make that idea unfold into a positive or unfold into a negative. And this is where we have to take responsibility into what we're doing, because if you do not take responsibility, then you're starting blaming condition and circumstances. You're starting making things or the outside condition being responsible for your results, but truly is your perception towards something that will alter condition and circumstances. And this is so powerful. And one of the great examples is you can have twins, identical twins, right, which are growing into the same environment, but because of their perception, one can have a great life full of success and the other one can struggle and die very young. Now, they have the same genetics, they have this very same brought up, same environment, but their perception, so their vision toward what is happening, makes this, make the condition and make them react and respond totally differently. So what is happening is the epigenetic in them, so the way that the cells is reacting and responding based on their own perception, will change the response, will change the way that they will have their body, again, respond, have their body change and create the results and create either health or disease. This is so profound. And we are understanding this now. And there's tons of studies, especially like Joe Dispenza is probably the best and the most accurate with all of the studies that they've been doing, specifically on this, specifically on epigenetic, specifically on understanding the reaction and the response from the gene based on the stimuli that is happening on the outside. And what they came to a conclusion is through meditation, through a proper mindset, through changing the way that you're responding, through changing the way that you're perceiving the outside world, you can start manipulating your genes and how that you're reacting. As a matter of fact, now we know that less than 1% of disease are created by the gene. It's truly the environment which is creating that. So what is happening right now into the condition that we are put on, right? With the lockdown, with the curfew, with all those things. I mean, we are getting thrown some protocols right now that if we would be at war. That's the protocols that we're having. So the question is, what type of war that we are experiencing right now? Is that a war on, like a war with weapons and all those things, or it's a war on the mind? It's a war on how you're thinking, your way to respond. Because if you are not conscious, and if you don't know what is happening, you're not going to be able to maintain the control and being able to be in charge of your response versus what is happening on the outside world. And that, my friend, that's where the law of opposite come into play. Because in everything, there's good and there's bad, right? The fact of the matter, it just is. Like those lockdown, those curfew, those things, that those measures and protocols that are imposed upon us just is. Is your response and the way that you're seeing this and the way that you're perceiving this at the conscious level, which basically is going to influence your subconscious level, that will determine the way that you are going to grow out of this. This is neither good or bad, just is. Now, if you're seeing it as something bad, you have to understand that there's an opposite to this. So there's something really, really good out of it, right? So why not using the law of polarity to your advantage? And truly, every time that there's something that you consider bad happen, look, okay, what would be the opposite of that? And how can I put my attention and my focus towards that so that I can maintain control on my perception? And truly, I believe that this is where the great power happened. This is where that you're starting taking responsibility for your results, and you're starting to create the type of life that you desire, the lifestyle that you desire, the people that you're inviting into your environment that you're desiring. So let me see, there's like some comments which are there. Morgan is here. Good morning. Yes. Giselle is here as well. Bonjour in French. Alexander is saying like, guard your heart or subconscious mind for our of it flow the issues of light. Absolutely, I agree with you. Not good or bad, only our thinking that makes it so. Awesome, Mark. Loving this great message. Thank you for commenting. Um, anything, any questions that you would have? And then I have like someone that wants to join in the chat, because I always said, if you have something to say, if you want to comment, if you want to get involved, if you want to challenge me, I don't have any problem with that. What I what I don't like is when people are coming with some opinion without any foundation in it, and they are, yeah, they cannot back up what they're saying. But I'm always open for a conversation, a debate, something that you're not agreeing with me. I want to know, like, I really love what Brian Rose from London Real. If you're not familiar with that, I really invite you to check it out, especially if you live in the UK. Is a big advocate for freedom of speech. And what he says, I might not be agreeing with you, but I will never censor you. And I think that this is a big problem right now, is that we are getting censored from the moment that the authority, the giant into social media are not agreeing with the message, they censor you. And that is a sign of weakness. This is a sign of fear. And you should, I believe that you should not censor. You should open for debate. You should see different opinion. And then this is how that we're going to come to a consensus. This is how that we're going to create really a great outcome out of it. And the truth is this: we all one. So if you have a different opinion, I have this opinion. It might not be in the forefront of my mind at this moment, but I have you. You are an expression of the oneness. You're an expression of God. You're an expression of the universe, and so am I. Whatever idea you have, I have. That idea might not be developed yet, but the moment that you bring it in the forefront, now all of a sudden, that gives me an opportunity to develop upon it. And this is one of the reasons why we have been evolving so fast in the past 10 years. If you look at what happened in the past 10 years versus of what happened in the past 100 years, it is tremendous. And what's going to happen in the next like year or two, it's going to be as well like mind-boggling. So we are all one. So if you have a problem, I have the same problem. If you have a solution, I have the same solution. If you are suffering, I'm suffering. If I'm succeeding, you succeeding. So we are, the moment that we start living as a single organism, which we are, this is the moment that truly we're going to be free, and we're going to create the greatness that we are meant to live. So I truly want you to reflect on this and see how can you use the law of opposite, the law of polarity in your advantage, and not let the condition and circumstance control you, because at the end of the day, condition and circumstances is our own creation, and it's our response to that creation that will create a different outcome for each and every one of you. I wish you a spectacular, spectacular week. Drop a comment in the box if you're agreeing or not with me. But I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what are your thoughts and how that you are planning to use this for yourself this week.